Okay. No, I like
too much, man.
rewind.
Well, now they started recording, and we just don't jump ahead. We coming in at 20 seconds. Let's go, Corey.
All right, man. 20 seconds. Let's go. So are we recording now?
Yeah, you just
Oh, shit.
Let's go, man.
y'all
All
jumping
right.
in early. We all jumping in early. Let's go, player.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to This Is It podcast. I'm your co-host, Corey Roy Long, my partner in crime, Hollywood. What's up, brother?
What's up? It's your boy Hollywood DA here. You know, it's an interesting. Got a lot to talk about today, yo. You already done listened to a couple of comments. Yeah, I got a couple of comments already, so I'm ready to pop off, man. But before I pop off about the show, I do something popped off in my life that I need to let out, and that is the fucking grocery store. Whoever is the king of the supermarkets that decide to put toys in your motherfucking grocery stores, fuck you. All I gotta deal with the motherfucking kids asking for the Skittles and the M&Ms and the snacks and the honey buns.
Mhm.
Now my littlest wants to see some fucking toy cars in there. He's like, yo, I want the car. I want the car. I've been hearing about this happened yesterday. I've been hearing about this car for 24 hours. Who the fuck decided to put Hot Wheels next to the fucking pig feet?
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, yo. My bad, yo. I was a little rant, yo. Black dad energy, yo. Sometimes you gotta let it out, yo. It builds
Let it
up
out.
on me. Go ahead.
Yo, but last
My
but not
bad.
least, always my man, Phenom 202. What's up, brother?
Yo, Phenom 202 DDA representative, yo. Hey, them Hot Wheel cars, man, they be $1 in the Dollar Tree, be $10 in the supermarket, yo. So
Yo, for real.
and they know
Real
how to
life.
they know how to get it, yo. And then they have like Play-Doh and shit in there. I'm like, dog, can't have that with the kids, man. I understand, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we do got a lot to talk about today, man. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say. Let's go, man. I'm frustrated right now.
You got him speechless.
I'm frustrated right now.
It is definitely one of them episodes, man. I mean, look, man, I'm just going to get right into it. Loki, episode 6, the final episode of the series. This episode is entitled "For All Time." Period. Always. So I'm going to tell you exactly how this thing starts off. This starts off where they're at a castle, and Sylvie and Loki show up. They walk inside, and then boom, right there, here come Miss Minutes. She shows up and says that she works for the Lord of the Castle, and she calls him by the name of He Who Remains, and she can offer them some side deals and give them exactly what they want. And then Sylvie and Loki, of course, turn it down and say that we write our own destiny. Miss Minutes then dips out and says, all right, well, good luck with that. And then the door opens, and there he is. Dun-dun-dun. Kang. All right, so I'm going to kind of stop right there because then after that, it kind of goes a whole nother spiel of a whole whatever, though. But let me just ask you guys, man, with this whole episode, this way this episode started off, what were you guys' overall thoughts of the episode in general, man? Ali, man, I want to start with you.
Do I gotta go in general, or can I just go to start off?
Start off, man. Hit me with it,
Yeah,
yo.
okay, because y'all don't probably be a little upset at me today, yo. Because beep, 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 the trash man is back. Oh my god, yo. This fucking episode. There's a lot to talk about, but this fucking episode, yo. But it started off hype, though. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I was excited. They went up in there, like you said, they ran into 6 minutes, Miss Minutes.
Yeah.
Miss Minutes.
Like your fresh your own.
So, I mean, I was excited to see what's going to happen, man. You know, get up in there and find out who the man is. I mean, of course, we kind of all know who the man was and is at that point, but I was definitely excited to check it out. So, I mean, it started off on a high note for me.
Mm-hmm. Same here, man. It started off on a high note. I really love watching it kind of go through how it looks in the timeline, at least where this place is, because it's kind of odd, but it's really cool because it looks like it's somewhere but nowhere. But yeah, man, Fina, I'm going to go to you, man. What were your thoughts on this episode, man? Hit me with it, yo.
Oh, I feel like my bad. I had a call coming in. So
yeah,
I liked the beginning of it. I liked when they were bantering back and forth about should I go, should I not do it? I'm scared, I'm nervous. She's waiting for Loki to talk her out of going in there, and she making the right decision. So I was like, yeah, this shit is about to be live right now. They about to go in here and fight whoever to get to him. Then Miss Minutes coming in. That little part where she keeps coming in, it's cool. Like her southern accent coming in. She was really talking shit to her. So like, hey, you want this shit? You don't? You don't want it? Well, fuck y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For real. Yeah, for real.
This is your loss, but I'm trying to tell you. He trying to say you. You don't want to take it? All right.
Yeah. That's kind of what she hit him with. Like, you don't want to take this, then oh well. No, I mean, the way the episode started off, I was excited when this episode happened. I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down now. They finally here. And man, I mean, I don't want to say much more, but that's when it kind of like, that episode kind of curved.
I thought I was the only one.
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie. I snuck online. I said a lot of people. Oh, my bad.
It was anticlimactic for me. It was, man. It didn't land, man. I felt like it was Top Gun.
That damn plane, Top Gun.
It's so hard. They overshot. Yeah, man. It was.
But you know what though? Like real quick. Like, yeah, I read a lot of stuff online about people like didn't feel like this episode lived up to expectations.
Oh wow! So I read the opposite. I seen people loving this shit. But go ahead, my bad.
But I mean, I've seen like I've seen people say that shit is trash. Like I'm in that shit is trash camp because I was bored to fucking death in this episode.
Oh man!
When I say I was bored, I mean it was so much setup. I'm like, but we'll get to that point because I have some budgetary concerns with Disney right now. So let's go and proceed, yo.
Yeah.
Or check comments or whatever we want to do to proceed.
So what we want to do?
He said he got to reclaim his time.
Yeah, let's go to these comments real quick. Everybody ready?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Just go and play.
Well, that was the ending. So we gotta wait till either Shang-Chi, The Eternals, or Spider-Man No Way Home to see what's actually going on. And I'm just like, oh my god. And then plus we have the What If series too. And then like realistically, Doctor Strange and on the Multiverse of Madness comes out like within like 9 or 8 months or so. So it's gonna be pretty epic, and it's gonna be Ant-Man Quantumania, and that's gonna be amazing. And look, this King, he goes nice all calm and collective. Now remember what he said. Not all different variants of me is gonna be nice, just like how I am. Like with you guys, I'm calm and collect. But the other ones, they might beat your ass. They might end up doing this, and they hinted at Secret Wars. So 3-part Avengers movie right here.
Oh, he's they about to go get this bag with another 3 trilogy for Marvel, yo.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Dante hit on a lot, man.
Yeah, he did.
So, did anybody want to comment on what Dante said real quick before I? All right.
I think we'll talk about it going forward. I mean, like he kind of broke it down, but I think we can compartmentalize that going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm going to touch on some of it though. I think this show sets up a lot. Like I didn't hate it as much as y'all did. Like Phenom, you said you were bored to tears. I wasn't bored. I was
bored to death.
Oh man, I was just expecting more.
I was about to say, there were no tears. Them tear ducts was dry.
Yeah, that's my thing. I mean, it's not that I was bored. I just was expecting a little more. But I knew what they were doing. This episode was setting up everything that I'm excited about, though. Like this episode is setting up tons of shit. I mean, like it's setting up the Multiverse of Madness when he taps on. It sets up Kang the Conqueror being in Ant-Man versus Wasp. It sets up the multiverse for possibly in Spider-Man and all the other shit that we got coming up. So it sets up a lot of stuff, which I'm excited about because now it introduces the possibility of Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and Deadpool coming into this universe with no problem. But everything getting to that point at the end was the struggle for me, though. So, but we'll go on. We got another comment, though. Go ahead, Ollie. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was definitely the setup for everything else. It was just the let down. But no, let's go and listen to the comment, yo, because something just popped in my head. For all my Teen Titan Goes fans,
go ahead, man. Hit it up.
Go ahead. Oh, all right, yo. But fuck it, we just don't start digging into this. We can go back and forth. My bad, Corey. I know how you're the man, but yo, it's a Teen Titans Go episode, yo, where Robin's explaining exposition. And every time they're trying to do something, he was like, "No, we have to do exposition." And he's trying to like explain some shit, and the rest of the motherfuckers like, "Yo, what the? Like, can we just go?" He was like, "No, you need to know the background, why I feel the way I feel." You know how Robin talks to her. And yo, that's what this episode felt like to me, yo. It felt like Robin was in the writers' room. He was like, "No, exposition."
I love Teen Titans, and I can see Robin doing that. Like,
that's fact, bro.
That's what this was. It was a lot of knowledge dump and exposition. That's exactly what it was, man.
Yo, the episode was like 43 minutes long. Exposition was 23 minutes long.
No, it was
I don't need that much exposition, man. That shit was.
Yeah,
and then they didn't even give like B Hunter 15 or whatever. She had
no time.
Yeah, she had no time. Mobius had no time.
In and out, yo.
No time. No time.
You know what? That's what it was. That's why I didn't like this damn episode, because Mobius did not get on the jet ski at the end of the season.
He deserved the jet ski. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
I was waiting on that goddamn jet ski, but he didn't get that, man. So I was like, oh Lord. But you know,
and Mobius can't fight. That's
no, he got his ass. Shorty didn't put no effort into whipping him, yo.
Nah,
I guess I was like,
yo, I mean, like, gosh, yo, no action in the motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
She hit him with the post and pivot, and he was done for. I was like, come on. But let's hit up this comment real quick. Here we go.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Corey. You missed the most important part. The intro to the episode. We hear we hear like a bunch of events going on within the MCU and everything. Yeah. And then we see like how the branch timeline actually works, and then everything else. So now, I don't think you guys actually heard this from me, but I think, maybe you're not, well, maybe you did, maybe you haven't, but I said that it was going to be Miss Minutes or like either Kang, and I was right about one of them. It was Kang.
It was both of them, for real.
It was both of them, for real. She like the right-hand man to Kang, or right-hand woman, or however you know. But that was the thing about this episode, too. I was like, yo, Miss Minutes, man, she's slick, yo.
Yeah, she was.
That little she tricky, you know.
Yeah, definitely a little tricky. You're right.
Cause she had me fooled. That's when I was like, yo, I don't know, yo, Miss Minutes, yo, she tripping, yo, she dipping, like she flipping, like, you know, she's known this for all this time, and this is when I started to think like she's been feeding Rihanna this. Well, I call her Rihanna too, Riri or Ravonna. She's been feeding Rihanna the whole time, so she's got her mind. And I'm thinking the whole time Ravonna was in on it, but really she was in on it because Miss Minutes was in on it. So you really start to understand exactly who's holding the cards in this whole TVA thing, and it kind of was Miss Minutes if you really think about it.
Well, I mean, like Miss Minutes was created by Kang, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kang.
My bad. I just keep saying that shit too.
But that's the thing. I mean, like what I like Miss Minutes. I think she was like, for the little shine she got on TV, she stole the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like we'll get to it, when Miss Minutes moves out the way, like, all right, niggas, y'all want the deal?
Yeah.
All right.
She does.
I'm out.
She does. We want to go to two more comments, then we're going to move to the next episode, because really the next scene is a 25-minute brain dump. It's just Kang sitting in the room with Sylvie and Loki, just giving us everything. I mean, for 25 minutes. It's good though. You know, Jonathan Mayers is doing okay, we'll talk about that later. But let's hit this comment up real quick.
Hey guys, so I just watched it last night. maybe I am the outlier here. I actually enjoyed that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand though that it probably would have been better to swap the penultimate episode with this final episode, like the penultimate episode, the episode right before this one. That seemed like more like a season finale ish type episode to me. This episode, the only issue that I noticed was that it was all falling action. So, which it's great that we're getting an explanation of what's going on, of why Kang did what he did, and or this version of Kang, why he kept such tight control of the timeline. We could have used that in the penultimate episode, and then have it climax with the action and stuff that we saw in episode 5. I think that would have been a better trajectory for the show. But I still liked it.
Dude, that is fantastic, freaking tastic. And he makes a really good point. The way the episode ended, the penultimate episode, that's really good. The way that episode ended, that really should have been the season finale. And the way that this episode was almost like the beginning of season 2. It kind of felt like that, and then I think that's where I felt kind of like, it felt like it was the beginning of a season 2 episode.
I feel him on that too.
Go ahead,
but my bad. Because who like kind of jumped us off like doing this was Game of Thrones. See, Game of Thrones is like known for that. The penultimate.
The penultimate.
There you go. Use some big SAT words for Corey. 15 points. Ding, Scrabble. But they were known for doing like a lot of action. The one before, and then the one after is like kind of like the setup. And I can deal with that, honestly, like I know I like a lot of action, especially with my Marvel movies. Because I'll be honest, I'm not deep in the storylines like some other people. I'm there to see some shit blow up. So, but at the same time, I can deal with that shit. Like I like shows like Better Call Saul, where they like slow shows. But I think it was just the fact they was in that room for so long. Like, if anything, it could be slow, but be slow with some Mobius over here. Be slow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody else really got no shine. Like, be slow with B-15 flat top girl. Like, she reunited with the love of her life, drag girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just it was just them in that room, and I think I just got tired of it. I was just like, oh, man. I player, you explain honestly, you trying to explain to me about some multiverse shit when we living in the TVA in the 1960s watching some motherfucking black and white TV beep 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 beep, and you trying to make this like real, explain it to me. I don't need that, Just be like, we the TVA, this is what it is. Bye. Like I came to stop this. This is what it is. Bye. I don't need no details, Like I don't really give a fuck. It's all crazy.
It wasn't. Look, I didn't hate it as much as you guys. I did enjoy the episode. I was just expecting so much more for a season finale. If this was just a regular episode, I would have enjoyed it. But because it was a season finale, that was the thing. I was like, I was expecting a little more. But the overthinker, hell of a comment, and you hit the nail on the head. I think that's why I kind of felt a little like off with this episode, because I really felt a season finale feel with the previous episode. Phenom, did you have anything you want to chime on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with them. Like the penultimate episode was action packed, and then them staring at the castle about to enter it. That's some shit. Like you can end it. That's a cliffhanger. You can end it.
That is definitely right.
Not I mean, and I'll disagree with Ollie just slightly. I like the explanation of the layers of the universe. Too. But not 25 fucking minutes long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, I was a scientist. I discovered this, and then we did this, and then we had a fight. Then, that's how I had to make sure everything is harnessed into one line to save the universe, or we destroy each other. So that makes sense. But then, then Loki and Sylvie sitting there, like, like students in lecture hall and shit. But like, I'm gonna circle back a little bit. Because we really didn't touch on when he opened up the elevator or whatever and showed who he was. I was like, this is my budgetary concern with Marvel, Nigga ain't had no mask, the real costume. He dressed like he was from Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing special about it. I mean, like, you can't have a setup like that for a new character. He coming out looking like one of us, yo.
Oh no, they put him in that Jon Snow.
That was
they had that leftover Jon Snow. They had that leftover Jon Snow apparel. They said, "Yo, let's throw this
right.
man."
But what did we talk about the whole series? We always said Wizard of Oz. So that gave me Wizard of Oz vibes. Like, no, Kang didn't look like Kang in the comics. No blue face, purple face, or whatever. He came out looking like a black man who was behind the curtain pulling all the strings. So I was like, yo, like, really? And then he come out like a nerd.
Well, that would, my bad. That would technically make this the Wiz, not the Wizard of Oz. Go ahead.
That's right.
Go ahead.
You can't.
But that's what I'm saying, yo. with him coming out and talking like a genius, just talking in circles and kind of like trying to gather his thoughts and stuttering and just saying, "Yes, I did this. I'm the greatest," and all that stuff. I mean, like, it turned me off, yo.
It was definitely a different take on Kang the Conqueror that I actually wasn't used to. It had to take me a little bit to warm up to it because I was like, yo, why is Kang, or the one that knows all, doing this type of rendition of Kang the Conqueror? But I have my theories on that, and we can, I'll go ahead and talk about it now. The reason why I have my theories on that is because, and I want to tie into this scene, because in this scene, previous to this, it starts off with, well, before we get to this scene, I'm just going to run right into this scene. Mobius shows up to Rihanna. Mobius gives the business to Rihanna, aka Riri. You already said it before. Dude can't fight, gets knocked on the floor. Then Riri dips out at the time portal and says, "I'm going to find more information." This is pretty pivotal for me because I think she's definitely going to try to really find out like what the hell is going on with this TVA thing. And then this is when it goes to the scene that we're talking about, where now you have Kang with Sylvie and Loki giving the brain dump. This is when he's having this type of demeanor that is kind of off. But the reason why I think this is that way is because he starts to explain specifically why there are so many different Kangs the Conqueror and why he becomes the only one left. So to give y'all an idea on who Kang the Conqueror is, Kang the Conqueror came in the 30s. He actually says it, which is true. They give some comic book dump here. He's from the 31st century and he finds out about time travel. All right, he goes back in time. But the thing with Kang the Conqueror is that every time he goes back in time, he branches the timeline off to always try to suit his specific needs to be the ultimate conqueror. So if ever he does something back in the timeline and it branches off, he's really created another Kang of himself in another timeline. And that Kang is going to have the same mentality as the other Kang, going to want to conquer. But because they're all different variants, this one particular branch of the timeline was this guy, who was the lesser of all the evils. He's still not great, but he's the lesser of all the evil Kangs, and he's technically kind of the good Kang. So this is not really the Kang the Conqueror that we know. This is a version or variant of Kang, and we are going to see the shit man that we know later on, because now that the timelines have branched off, now we're going to get the Kang the Conqueror that we all know from the comics that's hell-bent on conquering the universe with the purple mask. Well, it's really the suit that he wears from technology. And that's another thing. Kang is not, he's a human. He's a human. But what happened was that he went in time to the future and got an advanced suit. And he just kept jumping back timelines to kind of make his suit better. And that's where he just becomes so damn powerful. But I'm going to get off that little brain dump a little bit. But what were you, what were your thoughts?
One quick question, Corey. So is he, comment and question. But he has to be the worst one or the best fighter or the smartest or savviest, because he's the last one standing. He's the one that curated the whole TVA in the timeline.
Yes.
Yeah, he might be the smartest, but I don't think he's the. I mean, he isn't the last, but he isn't the last one standing from what he said. Well, see, I don't know comic shit. He ain't really the last. He's just the one that's stopping. Like when you see some.
He's the one at the end of time, right?
No, he's the one where if some shit happens to bring one of them back, I'm just gonna stop it from bringing the other ones back.
That's exactly what it does. he's not the only one, but he knows he's always got to jump in to stop the timeline from branching off, and he's got to be the only Kang, because if the timeline branches off, there'll be another Kang that will do the opposite of what he is. He'll be like a doppelganger.
I know I can spot Kang. Because every time I hear his name, even though this show, I was watching the show last night, because every time I hear it, yo, I only think of one thing. I just think of Whitney. I think of Whitney Houston, yo.
Bobby Brown.
Where's the Bobby Brown? She's like the King of R&B. Like literally, I swear to God, yo. Every time I hear the name, I just think the King of R&B. And you look like Bobby Brown, so it's just all tied. It's like synergy, yo. This shit just all tied in together.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
My bad.
But y'all got any thoughts on any other thoughts on it before we go to some comments? Because I know people got a lot to chime in on this show, because it is a huge data dump of information. Anybody want to chime in?
Yeah. No. I mean, we could roll through the comments. This episode. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel, because honestly,
so this might cost another. Go ahead.
No, I was just to say, it was a lot of information, but not a lot really happened, so to speak.
Right.
So really, it's like they just did this episode that make motherfuckers talk. Like they smart.
It's more of an analytical episode. Yeah, it really is.
It's just like, yo, we don't drop all this shit. Yeah. Everybody's gonna be talking about what's next, what's this, what's that. You know what I mean? So my bad. Go ahead. No,
what I'm saying, the question I want to ask y'all though is like, what did y'all think about B20 finding Ravonna on her timeline? How did she do that?
That's a good. They planted some Easter eggs in the episode. If you go back to the first episode, maybe in the second or third episode, you can constantly see the reference to this pen, this Franklin Roosevelt pen that he keeps checking out. So I think that was something that they did some research and probably figured out, like, there's a reason that this pen is here, the reason why she has this pen, and that's probably how they were able to figure out that she was a teacher or somebody at this particular institute at this particular timeline. And that's where they're bringing all the TVA agents to really figure out, like, oh, snap, if she's here, then who is she? And, of course, that's how they're unraveling the TVA that way.
That's crazy. She went from teacher to the baddest bitch.
Yeah.
I know, man. She did, yo. And she went full power. She was like, I don't care if it's real or not. I still want to be the judge. That's what she like.
Yeah, basically, like, yo, I'm good. I'm living good over here, yo.
Yeah,
I'm drinking
power hungry,
this nice. I'm drinking this aged brandy up in this glass. You know what I'm saying? Get me little trinkets.
Which would kind of be a tie-in with them two kind of hooking up. She may really find out. She may get a Kang that's more on her power-hungry mentality, and she probably all in.
And then we change the name to Whitney. This will definitely be Whitney and Bobby, baby. To the end, we rolling.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, picking up on what Dante's talking about in the beginning of the episode, when it does the title sequence or whatnot. What you're hearing, this is what I understood. I'll watch it again just to make sure. But what you're hearing is everything that was ever said to Loki in the MCU. That's what you're hearing. If you go back and listen to it, everything you're hearing is everything that was ever said to him during the movies. Wow. I believe that's what you're hearing.
I would go with that. Yeah. That's true. When I'm thinking about some of the lines that I actually heard, it really is wow, I know, man. That's big. That's big, man. That's huge. Damn. Okay, I don't have much to say on that.
Well, he's trying to make me like it more. It's not working.
It's good though.
It's good, but it's not working.
This is the kind of episode that really does make you think a lot about, okay, what are the Easter eggs that they're planning for things that are setting up? And I love it, man. I love it. We got another comment here, man.
I ain't did no Easter egg hunt since I was 7 years old, man. I need direct shit. I ain't trying to.
Yeah. Okay.
I hear you. So I hear you, Phenom, on that point that he was a little. It was underwhelming when you saw John Mayers, the way they presented him, this version of Kang. But what they were doing was. What I realized a few minutes later was what they're doing was the Wizard of Oz don't mind the man behind the curtain type thing.
Mm-hmm,
He was just a guy. He was just some guy who was behind the curtain the whole time. And I think that's what they were going for. They didn't want him to be too, monumental or magnificent or ostentatious. They just wanted it to be. They were doing that. I think I looked at it like as an homage to Wizard of Oz. Like, there's a man behind the curtain. He's just some guy, like doing the whole time. So I think that's what they were going for, right or wrong, with that. So
I agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that, man. Because if you actually look at the Wizard of Oz, the regular, the dude that came out from behind the curtain was like, he was a regular dude. I mean, he was just a regular guy, So I think that was purposeful that they were doing that. All right, so let's see. We got some more comments here, Phenom.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Come on. Where you at? Wait a minute. Hold
on. Something not too off topic, but what do you guys think about the theory that Mobius is a variant of Tony Stark? I read this somewhere, and I was like, that's very compelling, because he does kind of look not Tony Stark, Howard Stark. He does kind of look Howard Starkish, and he does have kind of like that wit and everything, too. So what do you guys think about that theory? I think that would be actually really, really interesting, but just want to hear your thoughts.
Wow.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know it was so constant comment. My bad, man. My bad. People's little technical difficulties. No. I had to come out and come back in.
That's all good. It's all good.
No, you're good.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead, Corey. I want to hear your take on that one. That's a good theory.
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible, but it's not to say that it's not, because especially with the multiverse, but I don't know if he's a variant of Tony Stark. I would really have.
No, he's a Howard Stark.
I mean, Howard Stark, I'm sorry, which is Tony Stark's dad. I would really have to see how that's possible, because I haven't seen enough of Mobius to get the inkling that he's Howard Stark, because Howard Stark is pretty smart. I mean, he's not as smart as Tony Stark, but he's a pretty intelligent guy. And even though Mobius has those quips about him, I don't know if he's I don't know if he's got that tech savviness that I'm thinking Howard Stark would have. And Howard Stark was a pretty smooth guy. And, Owen Wilson is just Owen Wilson.
My bad. I just caught the acid. You come in and finish. I'm going to real quick. I just caught the acid in that. You said Mobius might be Howard Stark?
Yeah.
Not possible.
I don't think so.
Mobius about.
Oh, and just like that, you cut out.
Mobius. Yeah, man. He said talking. You can't hear you.
Oh, I went out. Now we can hear you. Something's wrong with my headphones. My bad. But no, I was just saying, Mobius is about that squirrel life, I don't think Howard Stark.
You think so? He like a little chocolate.
Yeah, you ain't see how many Riri was like. He turned her down when. That's how you knew shit was fucked up when they had that episode. She offered him to drink, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, he can, because Slim Pickens in the TVA, man.
I mean, it's either her or
happen in the Olympics show. Everybody be shagging everybody in the Olympics show.
I mean, for real, the TVA, her or Hunter B-15. So you pick choose. I'm picking Ravonna.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Hunter B-15.
Flat Top has some ass, yo. That's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, she got some ass and some. She got some chest too. Yeah, she.
He said, "Where she bitch?" She come to you and be like, "Where she bitch? Where she bitch?" That's it. Her pickup line.
Yeah. She kind of do look like Daryl from The Office, yo.
Stop, man. I don't stop this, yo. Because honestly, she ain't a bad looking woman, and I need to stop.
She's not. Like in Lovecraft Country, yo, she was all right in Lovecraft Country.
Oh, she's in that. I never watched it.
In Lovecraft
Country. She was the girl that was jumping in and out the white woman's skin, yo.
Yeah.
I never saw her, so.
Lovecraft Country is good. You gotta check that out. But no season 2 on that. Sorry.
Yeah,
they said they might get picked up by a different network.
You know, if
Them
they
14
do,
Emmys is attractive to networks.
yeah.
Damn, they got 14 Emmys.
Oh yeah, it
14
was
Emmy
huge.
Nominations.
nominations.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
nominations. I know this came out.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, if they get picked up, it's more than likely going to be picked up, I would think, by Netflix. Netflix
But
probably.
Netflix.
also, I would say this about the Emmys: it's trash because WandaVision got nominated for Emmys.
No. WandaVision. See, I've been defending WandaVision all this time on the show. I've been a solo man on this show defending WandaVision, and I'm telling you, WandaVision got like 21 or 22 nominations. WandaVision
21,
is good.
22 too many, yo.
No,
Yeah, it
I'll
was
tell you the
good.
reason they got. I saw that. I was like, the only reason I was like, they got nominated this many times because these motherfuckers voting for this shit was voting for "I Love Lucy." Like them motherfuckers that vote old as fuck. They was like, yeah, this is my. They was like, "I Love Lucy's back." They saw WandaVision. They thought that motherfucking I don't even know. Dad knows best was back on TV. They was
Leave
like,
it to
"Oh
Beavers and
shit,
shit.
yeah, leave it to Beaver." They was like, "Yo, give it everything."
Bewitched and all that. Yeah, I mean, look, it was great. I
Yeah.
loved it. Falcon Winter Soldier got 5. So in total, Marvel got like 28 Emmy nods, man. That's
Shout out to
fantastic,
Marvel
yo.
though. Yeah, shout out to them, yo. They doing good work though.
Yeah,
Shout
Regardless.
out
I'm
to
glad
them.
they get the respect, man. I mean, like, us growing up, like movies like Fast and Furious and Endgame and shit like that never get
Never
nominated for
got it.
Film of the Year. Because, then you got to watch shit about a woman falling in love with a damn merman shit. Like they went, the water shit. She was working on the
Yeah,
merman and then
Oh
fall in
no.
love with the nigga,
Yeah. Oh
drinking
yeah.
water or whatever the name of that shit is. And that shit gets an Emmy
Yo.
nomination?
You know what's so
Come
funny? He was
on, man.
saying that shit. I was about to be like Splash.
Flash in reverse, though.
Y'all real Splash? But who was that? Tom Hanks?
that was
And
that
Daryl
was
Hannah,
just
yo.
Yeah,
yo,
Darren. Yeah,
yeah.
she was bad though. She was bad though.
She
Oh my
was bad.
bad.
I love Flash.
My bad. I don't mean to take us all off. So,
Nah,
no, but
he
he was like falling with the bird. I was like, yo, that's Splash, ain't it?
No, it was
Oh
like
no, he did the
it was like
joint in the tank.
2015. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
was in the
joint in the
tank,
tank.
yo.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why.
What's that movie called? Deep in the Water or something like that?
I don't know, man.
It was by
Something. I don't know.
Scorsese. It was by Scorsese though. Hold on. But anyway, we getting off subject. I ain't got time.
Yeah.
I'll do the
Okay,
Googles.
here
Keep
we go.
talking.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, but we got another comment, man. We got 2
Yeah.
comments coming up. I'm gonna hit them up real quick. Here we go. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Well, in the comics, one of the theories, or actually one of the things about when he said that there's different versions of himself, that's true. Kane,
Oh,
Oh,
his
damn.
comment. I did not do that. His comment cut off. But what Charlie, man, great comment, because actually what he is saying in this whole exposition about all the different Kang the Conquerors is very true. All right. So as I was saying earlier, the way Kang the Conqueror works is, okay, I'm going to give you a quick origin story. Kang the Conqueror, 31st century, starts off. And what Kang the Conqueror does is he winds up finding that Dr. Doom has some time travel technology. He uses that time travel technology and then goes way back in time to like Egypt and comes and crowns himself like a pharaoh, Rock Tuckman or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, the Fantastic Four just figure out about that and they go back in time to try to take him over. They spoil his plans, but then he jumps back to the 20th century and escapes. When he jumped to the 20th century, this is when he sees Dr. Doom's costume and he's like, you know what? I like that shit. I like that shit. So then he knows how to time travel now. He then jumps ahead, way ahead in the future, like the 40th century, and he makes that costume with the advanced tech that we see now with the blue suit and the shit's like super strong and super advanced. But what happens is that in the timelines, from that point on, he becomes obsessed with time travel. And he goes in and out and always dipping in and out of timelines and creates all these branches in the timelines. And when he does that, he always creates another Kang the Conqueror. And there are thousands and thousands and thousands of Kang the Conquerors in the Marvel Universe. So every time they defeat one, there's always another one that uprises, kind of like a weed in a garden. They're always there, and you always just got to fuck them up. But that's how Kang the Conqueror is. So when he says there's a whole bunch of them, he is not lying. That is really true. And that's why he wanted to suppress the timeline, because he knew once it branched off, it was going to be weeds in the garden again. There you go.
You said so much shit there, and everything I want to talk about has nothing to do with this show.
Go ahead, brother.
Look, this is what I'm telling. Yo, that's some ill shit. Shout out to the Kang, because for real, I was like, I time travel. I'm just gonna go back in time and invest in Google. You know what I'm saying? What's the White Buffalo hot tub time machine, whatever. The white
hot tub time machine.
Yeah, your boy went back and invested in Google, whatever. I'm like, yo, I just get paid, yo. No, Kang got it right, yo. I'm gonna go all the way back to Egypt. Bring them some shit, some lighters and some shit. Be the fire god. They make some statues.
That's what he did.
I jump ahead, get some money, but then every time they show me and like show people in Egypt in the books, they be like, "Yo, you know that statue looks just like you. That that you know that Sphinx looks just like." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." They're like, "I don't know." You got me thinking of all types of dope shit I can do now. I'm just gonna be all over the place. That's what he did.
That's what he was doing. He was always trying to one up himself every time.
Yeah, that's all. I just been.
Was always. If he ever was in a situation, I'm throwing this out there. If he was ever in a situation where he fixed himself out, where he could be a millionaire, then he was like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna go back and fix it so I can be a billionaire." I mean, he was always trying to one it up because his whole thing was ultimate conquest. So, man, he had the baddest bitch and everything, yo, for real. And like, I got this bad girl. Shit, I'm gonna go and get another bad girl, yo. Get her. All right, let me just clarify. I said the B word. I didn't mean that for real. You know, I'm just
don't get canceled.
Hey, it's that hardcore rap, West Coast music, man.
Yeah, it did its end. Ice Cube fucked us all. He fucked us all up.
Yeah, I blame it on Ice Cube.
Common Sis told me she used to love him.
All right, we're gonna go to another comment here.
I just want to talk something.
All right, me too.
Word.
All right, let's go here.
We all talking.
Okay, bro. Like, so I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it simple. Back off my comment that got cut off. It wasn't y'all. It was stereo. Okay. I was already expecting them not to end the Loki series with the version of the powerful King the Conqueror, the evil one, because it would have just been a waste of this entire series to release that on this. They're most likely going to save that for the bigger part of the cinematic universe. And when we start getting into stuff like the Eternals and the Secret Wars and all these things that tie Doctor Strange into WandaVision, King the Conqueror ties into even WandaVision. So this is just another piece of that branch that they're building for this.
I agree. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Yanni?
I don't disagree. Charlie V sound like he might fuck me up. He sound like he can whip my ass. Go ahead, you might.
he I thought I cut him off earlier.
Nah.
But who the nigga that cut me off?
But no, we're like no, shout Charlie, yo. It's some good points there. Like he said, I guess that they really wasn't going to waste like this storyline. Just waste it, but just on a 6-episode series because this is the jump. As Corey pointed out earlier in the show, this is just a jumping point for everything. You know, so it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't a bad episode.
With the like I said, the budgetary conservative spending of Marvel, we didn't get I was waiting for like a end scene credit. You know what I'm saying? Like end credit scene or whatever. I think it'd have been cool if all right, so he gets killed, Loki goes back and goes to now this is like Planet of the Apes. Remember Planet of the Apes? Where he thought he was off the island, and then he go down to DC. I'm talking about the new one, Mark Wahlberg, not the Charlton Heston. When he go down to DC, and then he look at the statue, and Abraham Lincoln was a monkey or ape.
Yes,
that was the same thing. So and that's the thing. Like so, when I know we're gonna talk about it, but just to glance a little bit ahead, when Loki goes to the new TVA. Starts talking to them and starts looking around like they don't know me. Oh my gosh, that's a statue with a big ass African American nose nigga over there. That's King the Conqueror, yo. And that's how I looked at, man. I was like, yo, That's Planet. That harkens back to Planet of the Apes, yo.
And actually, I wanted to. No, it definitely is. That's definitely a throwback. You know, Charleston Heston. He was on the. Well, I don't know. Charleston Heston didn't have one. It was just when he went.
No, he thought he was getting off the island, and then it was.
But he saw the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. But with this with the throwback, it was a comment earlier in the show when they. I'm glad. Call back for me. It's a callback, yo. I'm using podcast casting words, yo. I'm in the industry now. Somebody had actually mentioned that she sent him back to the wrong TVA. I don't think she did that on purpose. I think she might have put in the exact coordinates, but now that this should happen, others it's all with time travel, everything, butterfly.
Or she could just send them just hit the tip pad and send them somewhere.
I think she's trying to send them back to where she's supposed to be.
To the TVA.
But I mean, I think she's trying to send her back to the right TVA. Yeah. But now that this shit happens, Kane might have took over and went back in time and fucked that shit up. Like everything's different now, yo.
And that's the thing. That's what makes it so interesting, because time with somebody with time travel, dude, you can jump in and out of time and nobody even knows when you've done it, because you can change stuff up just like that. So I'm with you, Ali. One of two scenarios has happened. Either she accidentally set up to the wrong timeline, because if you go back and look at the episode, it's a different temp pad that she's using. So she might have accidentally. It is a different temp pad. So she might have sent them back, but she might have sent them to a wrong timeline. Or
she had the master temp pad, yo. She had Kang's temp pad, yo.
Right. Yeah. So okay. So she might have sent them back. Or either she sent him back to the current timeline and he wiped those memories of the TVA and actually changed up everything right on the spot, or she sent him to another TVA altogether, and that's another Mobius in another timeline, another Hunter B-15, and now Loki has got to try to figure out a way to get back to the two folks that he does know, the Mobius that we know from the previous episode.
Yeah, I just don't think she did it on purpose. I mean,
I don't think she did it either.
She hit herself with the burner. I got the burner. Yo, I got the burner. She hit herself with the burner to go be with this dude. Right. They just had their little moment, their little kiss and that. Even after they was trying to kill each other and this and that. You know what I'm saying? They did a little self-masturbation. I don't even know if you call it masturbation, though. But if your tongue touch your tongue, I guess, I don't even know. But either way, I'm just saying in general.
Right.
I don't think she was going to do that on purpose after all the other stuff she did for this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. So you think so, Fina?
I mean, I kind of agree with that, but I'm about to ask a off the wall question though. If you had the ability to go in any timeline, and the timeline had a female version of yourself, would you date yourself?
No.
I mean, you don't want any West Virginia hill babies, man.
No, that's like a trick question, because see, the way I look at it is that's not me, but it is me, but in a different timeline. So I don't know. It's kind of like a weird situation, man. I don't know. Now,
honestly, it just wouldn't be in my brain, because I just like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, love my wife, and that's why I am. I'm happy. we good here. But if I wasn't married and I could jump around, last thing I'm going to be thinking about, let me go find a female version. I'm going to be thinking about all these. Where's Janet Jackson at? I'm going down the old, from the 80s to the 90s to, where Vandy at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me find some Sheila E.
Right.
The last thing in my mind is to be like, find me a female. You know what I mean? That's just
they didn't find each other like seeking each other. Just happened to find each other.
I'm with Ali, yo. I'll be looking for like 19 pleasure principal Janet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find me that, yo.
But that's what I'm talking about. Because they made a love story with Loki falling in love with a female Loki named Sylvie.
They tried to
that
change
shit
it
was
up. They
kind of
said
like
her name's Sylvie.
Yeah.
She ain't Loki, even though she is
they ain't
Loki.
want to say Lady Loki or nothing. Like, I'm like, to me
Yeah.
that shit was mad creepy, dog. I mean,
I
I don't
mean,
give
it
a fuck what
is.
nobody say.
I mean, well,
I
know,
mean,
to everyone,
so, but they're
that
not the same. They're not the same person. Obviously,
nah. I mean, and they
because
try.
they got different body parts, so they got different DNA. It ain't like it's you for real, for real.
Right, and they really do press that issue hard because when he even says a Loki wouldn't do that to me, she's like, "Well, what the hell is a Loki?" Because she's like, "I don't know what that is. I'm me. I'm Sylvie, and that's all I know. Like that's it." So, I mean, I don't think it was too creepy. I mean, honestly, I was kind of happy when I saw them kiss because I was like, "Good for them, man. They found love."
I think I'm a cute dude, but I might be an ugly motherfucking sister. So
yeah, that
I'm good.
beard you got, yo.
I'm good on that. The bearded lady. You look, me and Corey don't find each other in the fucking carnival. Like,
Yo,
what's the female version of me? It's the bearded lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good on all that, yo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I would never want to find a female version of me, yo. I'd be like, yo,
Nah, me neither, yo. Like I wouldn't trust the female version
she
of me
ain't gonna
that
have.
way, yo.
If I found a female version of me, she gonna have like no ass and just she gonna be knock-kneed and glasses and I'm like, no, I want
Oh my god, yo. But hey, yo, straight up, if I found like a female version of me, it'd be like Love and Basketball, yo. That's what it'd be like. That's what I.
that.
Shit. Yeah, I hope she ain't got that hair, yo. That shine coming off, yo.
Hey, yo, she can be bald like me. She can have alopecia, yo. They got tracks and wigs and stuff like that.
That's funny.
Got the shine head, yo. Oh, my shit shiny as fuck, yo. God.
Now you,
Yo, mine too. All right, here we go. Hold on, man. Hold on. Here we go.
dude, we good.
I'm doing it again.
Wasn't Corey's fault.
Yeah, man, that was my fault. My fault.
No, we blame Stereo for all this.
Yeah, stereo app crashing.
Stereo app's crazy. Here we go.
I was actually waiting for a post-credit scene to arrive, but it shows that Loki will be returning for season 2. And season 2 might be tied directly to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania because of Kang.
Yeah. See, he wanted a post credit too. Like all of us was waiting, yo.
Yeah. I guess they just figured because honestly, I mean, WandaVision and Falcon, neither one of them got a post credit at the end of their joints, did they?
No, they did not.
Well,
no. WandaVision had one.
Well, maybe I should. My bad. I should say that neither one of them have gotten any type of confirmation for season 2.
Correct. The only one that's received confirmation is Loki. That's correct.
And just the fact of them putting that up there, like season 2 is coming, is almost like a post credit. Because honestly, I don't think WandaVision or Falcon Winter Soldier probably getting a season 2. I think they were both one. I think they were both one and dones.
That's correct.
And like I said, with Anthony Mackie, I'm not an Anthony Mackie fan, yo. I mean, I like Falcon Winter Soldier, but he ain't carry that episode that series in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It was just a great series. He happened to be in it, in my opinion. WandaVision is just trash. They only needed 2 episodes.
I mean, I like Anthony Mackie in the joint, but honestly, I just don't think
I like the minute, but it's
I just don't think the story. I mean, I don't think the story needed. I don't think the story needed a season 2, which is more what I'm going at. I don't think WandaVision or Falcon Winter Soldier. I mean, it's not pushing the universe forward. Like Loki's. I will say that. Like with this series, this is like one series that can actually. I mean, it's the one they intertwine with the movies. Like this could push it forward. So I can see them doing a season 2 because it's going to keep pushing. It's going to push out 5 more movies, yo. Like,
and I don't think they're going to do a season 2 right after. Like it's going to come like a couple years down the line.
Years, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not going to be right away. It's not going to be right away. We're going to have a couple of movies, and then it's going to be a Loki season 2 that's going to carry on for another part of Phase 4. But they set up everything for Phase 4. I mean, you see all them bridges of timelines, like weeds in the garden, yo. It's going to be destruction, and that's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, it set up everything. It set up the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange coming in. It set up everything that's currently going on in WandaVision. It set up
Ant-Man. Everybody been mentioning Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Quantum Mania. I mean,
Quantumania.
it's really set up a whole lot because Kang's going to be in that, and the Kang I think we're going to get in that is going to be his name is Nathaniel Richards. That's probably the one we're going to get. We're going to get like Nathaniel Richards, like scientist Kang. But it's going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope. This started off a whole bunch of stuff, and that's why I think they have not showed not one single trailer for Spider-Man, because Spider-Man has all this tie-in with the multiverse in it, because they know they can't do that until Loki was over.
But you know what, man?
Oh, my
Ant-Man,
bad.
both Ant-Man movies were great. I like both Ant-Man.
I love them. Yeah.
And I didn't think they were going to be good, but no, them shits was really funny. Really good.
They were dope. Go ahead, Ollie. What you say?
No, I was just gonna say it's all going to tie in, as you're saying, and I like when you use the word bridge, like they bridge out the timeline. But I mean, not Ant-Man. Loki's gonna be like, this one was the setup. The next series, I'm sure, is gonna be shit happen. Couple movies. It's gonna be like a bridge to the final phase. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the setup. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
You're gonna do phase 1, this and that, and there's some bridge in the whatever phase 2, or you know what I'm saying. It might be a Loki season 3 to bridge into the final phase. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, so they can use these 6 episodes just to tie everything together.
Yeah, it really might be. There might be 3 seasons of Loki, because what they mapped out is phase 4, 5, and 6. So they may have for each of the phases needed in order to progress into the next one. Because by the time we get to episode 6, that's why everybody's saying Kang could technically be the big bad, but they're not sure. But he could be a big bad, is because they're probably going to show this guy's progression from this guy that we know, which is all quirky and, this guy clearly in this one he's at the end of his ropes. Like, he's done. Like, he's checked out. Yeah, like, he's checked out.
He said, I lived a lot of lives. And he said, even if you kill me, I already know I'm coming back. So
he knows. He was at the end, man. He was like, I'm done. Check me out. I'm good. The one that we're going to get is going to be totally different from this guy. Totally different. I think that was purposeful why he played this specific character like this, as the gentleman said earlier, because he needs to play a totally different Kang later on, because Kang is a pretty badass guy in the comics because of that suit. He's strong. He's smart. They still have set up a whole lot of shit. We got a lot of comments, man. Did anybody else want to say anything else before we roll onto these?
No, we can roll through them, man.
No, I will say, I do want to say one thing. The only thing I'm worried about with all the Kang, I hope they don't overuse them, so to speak. Because if you see them in too many
series and stuff.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be different versions of them, but if you see them too much, that's not going to be the same. Like, it's not going to have the same effect. Like, it water them down. That's the only thing. Yep. That's all.
I agree, because that's how it was with Thanos. We saw Thanos 3 times. By the time, we saw him twice. By the time we actually saw him in Infinity War, we saw him in a post-credit scene, which I want to say was
Marvel, Avengers.
And then I think we saw him in, it was another movie, maybe it was Thor or something like that. We only saw him twice until we finally saw him in Infinity War. So I hope they do the same thing. I hope they just, even though he's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I don't want to be the villain. Maybe it'd be a post-credit scene where he just shows up and like Thanos was, just a post-credit scene of some sort. But he's not really the bad person in that movie. I don't want him to be either.
That's all.
Let's go through these comments. We got some.
Holy shit! You know what? It always made perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to me now, right? Who the hell would have fell in love with Loki? Honestly, just his personality, his narcissistic qualities, like everything about him is wrong, right? So what woman would fall in love with him or have the time to fall in love with him? You know what I'm saying? So he could only, in some type of twisted way, fall in love with himself. It's creepy, but I mean, it kind of works for him and his character.
Nah, he right, yo. Ain't nobody fucking with. I mean, you deal with Loki for a night or two, you'll be like, yo, fuck this one. Pause. I would do it. But either way, that's true. It ain't that, yo. to all my brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? You deal with another brother. If it's gonna be that, just like if you're dealing with a chick that's doing that, after a while, it don't matter how bad she is or that. You just be like, yo, all right, I'm
toxic,
good.
yo. He got toxic written all over him, yo.
Yeah, don't nobody want to be around that all day.
Nah,
I'm good,
but so I got a question for y'all though. So would y'all at the beginning taken the offer from Kane?
I would not have, because I see where Sylvie's whole point was. Her whole point was you're taking away people's free will, and you're trying to, keep people in a sandbox. So I would have not taken it. I mean, me personally, because the fact that he could make that means he can change it at any time. So he's telling them that now he could change that on a dime whenever he felt like it. So I think she made the right decision to not take it.
Corey thought ahead. I would take that shit. I would say, yo, what? I'm good. You good? I'm good. We all good. Like, let's roll. Like, hey,
So
I ain't think that far ahead.
So what would you like? Give me like $1 million and give me a mansion on a
hill. You be the ruler.
Like, you don't need it. You don't need money, yo. At that point, you just do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'll be like Mobius. I'll be like, I could pick up Mobius. Like, yo, let's go ride some jet skis.
Going to jet skis. Right.
For the weekend? Yeah, we go to jet skis for the weekend. I hit up like, you want to go fishing? Want to go to Kings Dominion this weekend? It's Black College weekend. I mean, it's just to be me doing dumb shit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna be front row in the Jay-Z concert. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it back to 90 Freaknik, not. Listen, I'm not the watered down Freaknik. I'm gonna be like 1990 Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, come on. I don't condone that statement.
Hey, I'm not. I was too young, so I wasn't there. But I seen the videos, yo. Back in the '90s, when you had the Freaknik videos, niggas just getting out of cars, grabbing titties, and ass and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, fuck it, yeah. I just go call Phenom. I'm like, what you doing this month? He's like, well, I'm like, nah, we rolling to a 2-line cruise tour. A 3-month 2-line. We rolling with Luke this month. Like, you don't need money, yo. You just do whatever it is you want to do.
Yo, Ollie, if you're the king and the conqueror, they come to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
And then they come to you. I'm like, boom. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna spend, because time don't matter. I'm gonna spend like 10 years straight just balling. I'm gonna learn how to play. I'm gonna learn how to play basketball. I'm gonna learn how to play basketball, and then do another 10 years of me being like LeBron light, like Even if I'm fucking Jeff Teague, I just want to be in the league. I'm like, let me just touch the league real quick. I'm just gonna play basketball every day, 10 hours a day for 10 years, and I think I can at least get. If I ain't Braun, I could just be like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be somebody out, Cameron Payne out that bitch. Like, so that's for my basketball heads. But
so hold on,
let me just touch the league for a second.
To be a 6-man, yo.
But time don't matter at that point, though. You do all that shit, and I just rewind it back again. Like, we doing something else. You know what I'm saying? I might end up. I might end up being a
dilemma, yo.
Flip star. I'm like, yo, who can rap? I'm like, yo, what my boy Kimo on that? I'm like, yo, Key, you still spitting? I'm about to be Flip star with your ass. Let me on stage. Like,
yo, man,
because I can just keep rewind every time you can rewind it. My bad.
Yeah, and that's what he do though.
I'm going off. I'm going somewhere off.
You're kind of on tangent though, because that's exactly what Kane the Conqueror does. He constantly wants to one up the situation every time, Yeah. But let's go to this next comment though.
Yeah, cut me off.
Since we're getting the multiverse, Spider-Man No Way Home will show the Spider-Verse, and it's gonna be epic. Then we get to see the different multiverses from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We can probably see Billy and Tommy returning in the movie because they're stuck in a different universe. And Wanda's reading the Darkhold, seeing which universe they are on because Sylvie cracked open the universe from different multiverses. And for Ant-Man, the Wasp, Quantumania, they're going down on Kang, I swear. Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, great comment.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with everything he said, man.
Can I
Yeah,
say
I
something
mean,
real quick? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
No, spit out your. No, you kicked it out.
Nah, man, I'm just gonna say everything is good to be saying, And he was tapping on WandaVision, and you guys don't know about that, but there are some children in WandaVision, so I believe they're going to show up in later films too. I think they're actually going to be part of the Young Avengers, which is really cool because Kang actually has some affiliation with the Young Avengers in the comics, so this all ties in, yo. It'd be funny how they be planting seeds because the Patriot. Well, he himself the Patriot, but Eli Bradley or his nephew is part of Young Avengers. Yeah, they tying everything in, man. They really are. They really are. So this will be very interesting how the Young Avengers come into fruition in this MCU. Go ahead, fellas.
I'll let you talk too.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Honestly, what I was gonna say, and I heard this. I mean, it's been brought up a few times this episode. I'm worried just for me as a casual viewer and all my other casual viewers out there, as far as because we're about to go Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, Doctor Strange in the multiverse, this and that and that. Like, honestly, I mean, I'm just talking for me as a casual viewer, and I think a lot of casual viewers are the same. Like, we like the movies; they got good storylines and that. We're not comic book readers, and that's not downing comic book readers and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I'm nerding.
People don't read no more.
I'm nerd on other shit. I may not be nerd on comic books, but I'm nerd on other shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if it comes down to basketball, some shit, I'll be like, yo, he ran 20 pick and rolls and had a PER. This, like, I'm nerd on other shit. If you're not nerd into it, like, if I was to talk to you, like, even with like battle rap, if I was to be like, yo, Corey, you heard what he did? It's gonna be like, whatever, nigga, like, just make me laugh. Like, when I watch these movies, just make me show me some explosions, and if they go too deep into all this, like jumping around, this and that, I'm just worried they might scare some people, not scare people away because they don't come see it. But after they leave the movie, they'll be like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" Like, this shit's too complicated. Like, don't complicate it.
If you look at the whole scope, yes, it is a very complicated situation. But Marvel's not going to do that. They're going to do this over the course of 10 years. Trust me, it won't be complicated. It seems like it's complicated because everybody's talking about all these different multiverse and this and that and this and that because we know where it's going to lead, but it's not going to be complicated because they're going to give you bits and bytes all the way through. Trust me, it's not going to be complicated. But and then at the end, it's going to be like Endgame. Because remember in Endgame, there was a bunch of superheroes out there fighting Thanos' army. That's how it's going to be in this situation. It's going to be a culmination of all these superheroes from all the different verses coming to fight whatever the big bad is, but they're not going to drop everybody in at once. We got Iron Man, then Captain America, then Thor, then Hulk, then, we got them seeds planted as it came along, and that's what they're going to do here. They're going to do the exact same thing.
Thank you, Corey. I trust in you, Corey. So, like, if Corey says that's what's going to be, I trust in Corey. Corey knows his shit.
They ain't going, and I've said it 1,000 times on this show, in Feige, I trust. They know what they're doing. They know a casual viewer like yourself cannot digest this. It's too much. Shit, I can't even digest it. I'm getting heartburn.
Hold on, I gotta turn my light. It's dark in my room. I gotta turn it. Oh, hold on, I can't let y'all see my shorts.
Well, while he does that, and I'm going to go to the next comment here, Phenom. Let's see what we got.
Plus, the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four will show probably either the quantum realm or what Kang might be doing in the near future. Because all of this, Sylvie caused a lot of chaos that's going to happen in the multiversal war. You saw the TVA soldiers being prepared for the war. And I think they're going after something worse. Doctor Strange is the key to finish all of this. So is Wanda and so is Loki. So we gotta wait for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to see what's going on in the continuation.
Phenom, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I agree with them, but WandaVision is trash still. So
Oh, God,
I don't look for
knew
her to save nothing, yo. But no, Doctor Strange. Anything is like, I don't know. How did y'all feel about the Doctor Strange movie, though? I mean, like,
Doctor
really,
Strange movie. Oh, good, yeah.
How did you feel about the Doctor Strange movie, though?
I like Doctor Strange.
It was decent to the end. Once they did when him running up and down all the walls and see, that's what I'm worried about this multiverse shit. Once he started doing all the shit, there was just like the shit turned into a CGI fucking.
All right, so
right.
I'm in the camp. It was all right.
I was just no, it was all right, but I was just like, I just didn't like. I didn't like the visuals of it at the end, like all that mind bending. Like it got too crazy. Like at some point, it gets too crazy for me, yo.
I loved it.
I said, "Where's Dom, yo? I just need Dom driving the car.
You need Dom
Toretto from one skyscraper to another, yo."
Yeah, that's that's what you need, man. You need Dom Toretto to say family and to fly in with his car from one building to another, and it's all good.
It's all good, yo.
So he like,
Dom.
You think you're strong? Nobody's as strong as my family. No, fuck that, yo.
No, he's man, the missing Avenger, yo. He's the missing Avenger, yo.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he brought up a lot of good points about things tying together. I mean, I don't look as Wanda as a savior of the universe. Doctor Strange. I mean, like, but it shows like the weaker characters in the Marvel universe. I'm talking about like on screen. Like everybody loves Thor, everybody loves Captain America, Iron Man.
Right.
But then we get saved by Doctor Strange and WandaVision. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit, yo.
Well, look, I've said this to you guys before. Nobody give a shit about Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and Ant-Man. These characters were bootleg. Okay, I'm going to take that back. These were C to D rated.
No, I give you Ant-Man. Now, I knew look, I'm not even deep in I knew who Iron Man was.
Everybody, yes, we know who they are, but they weren't the top sellers.
Iron Man.
The top sellers of Marvel were Spider-Man was the top one. Mm-hmm. It was X-Men and Fantastic Four. Those were the top. Then you got like Incredible Hulk, stuff like that. But those were the big ones. The big ones are the ones that they sold to all the other properties. Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, X-Men. They sold them to other properties because those were the big ones. Marvel had nothing left but the scraps. The ones in the comics that really didn't sell. Yes, Iron Man. Yes, Captain America. But those comic books weren't selling like crap. For real, for real.
So we're talking about movies.
I'm telling you.
But I'm gonna say, but again, like I'm coming as a casual fan, yo.
From a casual fan perspective, we're looking for an Iron Man movie.
Well, actually, so who's selling in the comic books? I'm just asking you. I'm gonna be honest with mine. I mean, just in general, like who was
the big time seller in Marvel was Spider-Man. He's the biggest one.
Yeah, yeah, and we all know
he was on Electric Company, yo.
So you right there. when you say like Captain America wasn't whatever, like all these motherfuckers. But what I'm saying is, I'm just saying, me as a casual person, like I didn't read all the comments and all that. Like if you say Captain America, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know Captain America.
Yes.
I'm just saying that's two people I know. So if you be like I will give you like Ant-Man and stuff. I was like, I never heard of Ant-Man. Even in this, like Loki,
Black. Some people did you know anything about Black Panther for real?
I've heard of him, but I didn't know nothing about him.
Okay. Go ahead, keep going with you.
But I'm just saying, like these series, like Loki and all that. But what I'm just saying, they had enough of the big names to pique interest. And honestly, they shot with like Thor. Like everybody knows Thor. But Thor, the first Thor was trash. I was like, yo, fuck Thor. I mean, but I knew Iron Man. Like you said, people didn't know Iron Man. I'm surprised he was like, he might have been D-list. Okay. I don't know. I think the casual person I knew who Iron Man was.
All right, back up. Let me back up. What I am saying is that Iron Man, when you go in the overall perspective on the big names in Marvel, Iron Man is not the one that comes to mind. But Iron Man is a good I love Iron Man in the comics. When they casted Robert Downey Jr., I knew that was going to be a hit because I was like, nobody can capture the essence of Tony Stark better than Robert Downey Jr. And I knew that shit was going to be good because you needed somebody to finally be like, I get it. I get how this character is. Iron Man had been on the shelf for many movies for many years, but nobody knew what the hell to do with it. That's what I mean. Like, they didn't know what to do with the character. Marvel was able to capture the essence of the character in the comics and bring that shit to life on the screen so everybody could love Iron Man. But if you had Sony do Iron Man or Fox, they would have fucked it up. They would have really fucked it up.
I mean, that's obviously because even with my bad fans, I'm gonna let you go. Because off of what you just said is like for a casual person like myself, if you ask me name a superhero, this is what I'm gonna tell you with the casual person like myself.
Right.
Like before all this shit was going on, you'd be like, yo, ask me name a superhero.
Yeah. Name a superhero.
Superman. Name another superhero. Ask me,
motherfucker.
Man, we potted, nigga. You supposed to be getting into character.
Damn it.
Batman. It's gonna be Batman.
All right, cool. Name another one.
And then you might get to Spider-Man. But I'm just saying, like, no, but honestly, if you ask somebody on the street, name a superhero, the first thing that's gonna come in their head is Superman.
Superman.
And probably and literally you could say Spider-Man. I think most people would probably say Batman.
Correct.
So it's definitely
Batman's not a superhero.
I mean, well, yeah, he just got a lot of tools.
He is.
He's rich.
He's
but
rich.
He could get ass cracked with a crowbar.
Yeah.
But either way, though, I'm just saying, just in general, though, you are definitely right as far as the way they handled it. Because DC and them, they had the top two. Like, you know what I mean?
Top two.
And the top two, they ain't producing. But go ahead, Phenom, my bad.
You're right. Because when you think about, like, superheroes, like, even the Marvel Universe, in my opinion, wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't gravitate towards it. I like Thor. Thor was my favorite Marvel character growing up. That's because I seen him long, golden hair, helmet, and hammer. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like,
nasty,
what it was.
Thor.
You know what I'm saying? Thor.
he said, that's nasty, bro. He said the long, golden hair. And
that's what he had on the damn camera, yo. No homo, yo.
I'm just saying, yo. Long, golden hair and the camera, yo. You nasty right now. Go ahead.
If you look at the superheroes throughout time, Superman was the first one that hit the screen back in like George, whatever his name was.
Correct.
So then you had Batman in the '60s with Adam West.
With that hot talk again.
Yeah, the call was fire.
We watched Adam West shit, and we won't nowhere. Like, you got to think how many years later that is. Decades later,
we watching that
Adam
shit
West.
like 20 years after that. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at Batman with Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton in the 80s. Well,
that shit was good. And that's the thing. DC had and Superman with Christopher Reeve, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
rest in peace. Not recipes, but he in the chair like. I'm sorry. Go ahead. For my YouTube people, don't cancel me. Yo, watch the YouTube. You see the funny shit. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I can't think of anything. I mean, they had the super duper trash Fantastic Four movies from the back in the day. I ain't talking about even the ones with like Michael B. Jordan. I'm talking about the ones back in the 80s. But I mean, like, really, what Marvel character had any kind of movie or show in the 30s?
There wasn't. The
only Marvel character that had a show is Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. That's correct.
Incredible Hulk.
Lou
Ferrigno.
Yeah.
But when you think of Marvel, still, you think about
Corey. You're right. My bad. No, I was just to say, after listening to what Corey was saying earlier, he's right. DC had to jump. Marvel took the bootleg. Go ahead. My bad.
It's true with that. But
you see how I'm talking, Marvel, when I meant somebody's right, you hear my voice get all over. I was like, yeah, you right.
Does you do at home?
I mean, wilding out all show. Oh! And I was like, yeah, Corey.
You right, man. Your voice got. You right. Yeah. I was saying, that nobody knows who Iron Man is. I was just saying he's just not a top tier superhero. Yeah. And the fact that Marvel had to put everything on that kind of superhero's back, they didn't have a Superman, they didn't have a Batman to put their back on. I mean, think about it in DC. That's like putting your back on a freaking Flash. I mean, even worse. You know, I mean,
no, you're right. Yeah, you got me. You're right. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, like I'm processing a little bit more.
But no, but Corey, you said something very valid. I think, and I'm happy that they didn't do an Iron Man back in the day. They couldn't have casted it right. Robert Downey Jr. was the perfect person to be Iron Man, and even like it was hard to get another Batman. Like Adam West was Batman for us growing up until Michael Keaton came. You know what I'm saying? Batman was Batman though. Anybody could have played Batman. Obviously, everybody fucking played Batman. But there's so many characters out there. Like even with Superman, there's so many iterations of Superman. Like Christopher Reeve to TV Dean Cain to Smallwood to Henry Cavill. But you know what I'm saying? It's like anybody could play Superman.
I don't recognize none of them motherfuckers you just named off, yo.
Christopher Reeve is my favorite.
No, that's I know who Dean Cain is, yo, but he's not Superman.
I mean, like he think he is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He got that in his Twitter bio, Superman Trump supporter.
He think he is till he show up at Comic-Con and Christopher Reeve roll up beside him. Look, it's like back in the day, be like, yo, and they're like, yo, that Chrysler 300 look like a Bentley. They're like, yeah, until a Bentley rolls up beside it, like you know.
Right. But you make a good point, though, Phenom. There are certain characters that the timing just happens when it's right, and we could have never gotten an Iron Man if Robert Downey Jr. was perfect. You just couldn't get a better Iron Man than that, and you just really couldn't. And to back everything on Marvel on that one movie, because they really didn't know if it was going to shoot out the gate. If you actually go back and watch the Iron Man behind the scenes, they put a lot into it, but they still just didn't know because that was their first one. But they cast it perfectly, man. You couldn't have got it better. All right, so what I want to do before we go to our ratings of this episode.
All right, damn.
Comments. Gonna give you some time.
No, we good.
And then we want to finish this episode off. So we got a couple people here that I want to make sure we get to.
I love what Corey's saying. I also don't want to be this person, but I do feel like a lot of people saying that they don't like Doctor Strange, they don't like WandaVision. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it's not like a boom boom gun car chase movie. I think as soon as you take those elements out of a movie, a lot of guys start to think of it as like it's almost like a chick flick where it's like people are, it's not. I don't know, it's not like a Fast and Furious movie, and I think that pisses a lot of people right off, but it makes me so sad to think that, like, you're writing it off just because it's, like, magic, and it's because they're not second-tier characters. Corey, I love all your opinions. You have the best opinions about all this.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah. I like You Got Mail, man. Come on now. I like chick flicks, huh? But WandaVision just one for me. But no, I understand where he's coming from, for sure. I mean, when it comes to Marvel, just because some of it might just be because superhero. When I hear superhero, I just want to see something blow up. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But no, he's right though. He's right.
It's good point, man. I love that.
Yeah, he got some valid points for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray, love that.
He do got some valid points, but WandaVision was trash. I don't care any way they performed. It
was not trash. 23 Emmy nods was not trash.
Hey, yo, and look. I'll be like, hey, yo, kids.
I'll be like, yo. Got my niggas on the side of the truck just hanging on. I be feeling bad for them. They be the rain and shit. See, it's not feeling like back in Virginia, they had the automatic shit, dog. They still got the niggas on the back of the truck hanging on. Jump on.
Tell you, man. Like, and
I don't know what's into DC. Y'all gotta let me in this thing if we're gonna talk about DC because, I love DC. I love the comic book DC, but what they've done with their franchise is horrible. But along with what Oli was saying, the first thing you do say is Superman or Batman, regardless if Batman got powers or not. Because these comics were the ones that were broadcasted to the world first. All them old Superman movies, all the old Batman and Robin movies. So generally, most of the public is going to know about these characters. Yeah, then you have Spider-Man, but he didn't have a movie until the early 2000s. So, you know what I mean? It kind of doesn't really match up the same way. They've been having Batman and Superman movies since the 80s. So, you know, or when dinosaurs roamed, it was old.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, DC's been doing a horrible job lately.
Charlie.
Yeah, you're right, man. If Aquaman is the best movie that's been out so far in the DC, Aquaman is like the joke character in everybody's shit.
I can't even deny it. I'm just gonna put my head down.
Yeah, I mean they're not doing right because I mean, how you fuck up Superman? I mean, come on, yo.
Yeah,
I still keep saying that. I mean, and they haven't even given us a Superman 2 yet, and I don't think we'll ever get one. We got,
but you know Batman. What, Corey? Superman is not a good actor like Christopher Reeves.
What?
Look, me and Corey had this discussion. Don't get you might listen to Corey. Hit you with the longer backs.
I mean, like,
go ahead. Nah,
Superman has no character in any of the movies. Any of the movies.
Talking about this guy, Henry Cavill, or just Superman as an overall character?
I'm talking about Superman overall. Like even like don't get me wrong. I love Superman. I love when he fought his fellow Kryptonians in Superman 2.
Mm-hmm.
I like Gene Hackman when he was Lex Luthor back in the day.
Right.
I like the movies, but Superman is fucking boring.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But I'll say this. Oh, go ahead.
As a character.
Go ahead, Ollie. Go ahead. Go. No, please.
Nah, because I ain't gonna get into my Henry Cavill hate. I never knew his name until I got on this podcast with Corey. He defended him. He put up he defended him. He put up a good fight. But just in general, Superman's story isn't. I mean, his story is good. Superman, anything with DC. Like, the difference between DC and Marvel, and I'm not even comic book head, but I just see it from Marvel. Like, a lot of Marvel people are more relatable. I mean, they're like more like people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. DC people is more like gods. Mm-hmm. But when you're making a movie, none of that shit matters because you can change shit. It's a fucking movie. And you might have the comic book people on your ass, like, yo, Superman wouldn't have did this. Superman is like, nobody gives a fuck. We're making the movie to make this money, so let's go ahead and make a good movie. And they just say he made a good movie. Because I'm sure some of the Marvel, like, I'm not deep in the Marvel stuff either. I'm sure some of it's been different than what's been in comic books. I'm sure you probably could attest to that, Corey.
Yeah, it has.
But when it comes to, like, well, we don't do this because it helps our storyline. Let's just do this to make a good movie. But my bad.
That's absolutely correct.
My mic.
Go ahead, Phoenix.
No, and along those lines. So if you look at like how the evolution of Batman, when I'm talking about the Michael Keaton Batman to this day, that Batman was campy. It was fun. Batman was playful. He was kind of awkward, but he was whipping ass. Then you go to like the Val Kilmer Batman and the John and Jim Carrey when he was the Riddler.
He just had the mumble mouth. Go ahead.
That shit was trash. But then you get to
you be talking about me. Glacius,
I got a lot on my mind. Gazelles, yo.
Gazelles. I was trying to say Azalea Banks. But I was thinking about the flowers outside. Yo. I got pretty thoughts in my head.
But no, like I said, like, so you're right. They can change because they made Batman super duper dark. And I love it. Christian Bale and now Robert Pattinson. But I like that Batman better than all of them except the first one with Michael Keaton. I love that one with Jack Nicholson. When they even with Heath Ledger and those dark movies, they could do that with Superman. They don't even want to go that far with him.
All right. Well, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with you there. And the reason why is because the reason why they could go that way with Batman is because it actually switches there's a set of comics that come out in the I don't know the timeline, but I want to say maybe the late 80s or early 90s called the Dark Knight series.
He be on it, yo.
So the reason why they decided to go dark with Batman is because of the iteration of the comics. Those Dark Knight comic book series is where you get the comic book Batman that we get with Michael Keaton. That particular director, God, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name, but Tim Burton. He says that he based the Batman off of that comic book series because he really liked that dark Batman. So that's why everything in the Tim Burton Batman is the dark costume, the dark gloom. I mean, it's a dark Gotham. And everybody saw how that iteration of Batman was so good, they decided to just continue that iteration of Batman. They never went back to the campy Batman previous to that. It's always been the Dark Knight version of Batman. But that's why they did that, because they have the source material to work off of. Superman is a little different. Superman is like the Boy Scout. They've never really had a dark Superman in the comics that have any source material other than when he died. That's pretty much the only other time. But we've never gotten to that point yet in order for us to have a bad Superman. Superman is only bad in the comics.
We in our 40s. We have plenty of time for this shit to evolve.
But you have to build a storyline in order to love Superman, in order to really... Okay, when Iron Man died at the end of Endgame, we felt that shit. Because we have been with him through 10 movies. In Superman, when Superman dies, he dies at the hands of Doomsday. When Superman died at the hands of Doomsday and Batman versus Superman, we didn't feel that. Because it happened so fast, we didn't even get a chance to even know who this guy was. Doomsday and Superman should have never happened until well after maybe 4 or 5 or 6 movies had, and then you kill Superman. Then when you bring Superman back, he's not the Superman we know. He's not happy. He's pissed off. He's angry, and he's fucking up people. That's how you do it. That's the only time in the comics that Superman has ever been bad is after they brought him back when Doomsday killed him. But that's the problem. They haven't brought that correct iteration to film because they fucked it up. They had all the source material, but they jammed everything in Batman v Superman, and they didn't need to. It was 4 stories in Batman v Superman. You had Batman, Wonder Woman, Doomsday, and Lex Luger. 4 stories in one movie. It was unnecessary.
The total package.
Lex Luger.
But that's the thing, yo. It's like, and that's my thing. That's why Superman is like behind Aquaman right now in the movie franchise. Yo. You got Batman, Aquaman, and even like the Wonder Woman movie. Like they can't get that shit right. Both those movies was super trash. And I don't give a fuck who says anything.
The first one was great.
Man, I went back and watched the first one the second time. I was like, this shit is fucking boring.
Oh, Wonder Woman, man. I got to disagree with that. I loved Wonder Woman. But before we go to our final rating of this episode, what I am going to do is I'm going to go through a couple more of these comments. A lot of people have chimed in. I want to make sure we get to them. So I want to chime in on a couple more comments here. And let's go with this. Let's go here. All right, let's go here. Okay, we're going to do this again.
I just gotta say I'm a DC fan, and their movies are trash. But I gotta say this last one, the Snyder's Cut.
Oh, her comment cut off. So let's see if this is the second one.
Was pretty well, but I'm here listening to you guys.
Damn, Jazz.
I don't know, stereos keep cutting me off, but I'm listening to you guys. You guys are doing great on this show. I haven't seen the last two episodes of Loki, so I'm excited. I just got into your show. Yeah. Showing mad love to you guys. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Shout out to Jazz.
Yeah, shout out to Jazz. I like the Snyder Cut. I thought it was a lot better than the other one.
They should have came out with that first. They should have paid Snyder and let him have poetic licensing over it, man. That shit was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was good. It was long as fuck.
It didn't seem that long to me though when I was watching.
Nah, well, when Aquaman went back into the sea and they had them, I said
they were singing that song.
Those Norseman lady girls. No. I was like, yo, motherfucker, just go. Like everybody, He's in the water. Go. We they kept saying, I was like, yo, are you just gonna leave it here? Like, it was a couple of scenes in there. I was like, yo, all right, yo, we get it.
That camera hung on 2 minutes straight for her to sing that song. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, Corey, he hit it just right because that's exactly what it was. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, yo. Yeah.
Oh, all right. A couple more comments here.
Hey, Phenom, why do you think WandaVision is trash? I mean, I don't like I kind of like they gave tribute to the 60 shows, 70 shows, but I didn't like the last episode, though. The last episode didn't know what's happening, but I know for sure that Wanda will save her kids from different universes.
So yeah, Phenom.
I mean, yeah. I did like the last episode. I did like it, but fuck the 60s because our people couldn't vote back then. But fuck the 60s. I ain't never watched none of them shows back then, yo. And the thing is, look, I understand everybody.
I watched some old school shows. I can't say that.
Yeah, man.
I used to watch the monkeys. I love the monkeys.
Where the monkeys? Hey, where's this monkey around?
Every day after school.
We're too busy singing to put anybody down. My bad.
But
hey, there we go. Keep it going, Corey.
Know that. I
would say this about WandaVision. I know I shit on it all the time. And it's coming from my heart. In my household, I say it's WandaVision time. They know it's to gather the trash and put it on the curb. Yo. That's how bad the show is. But I will say this though: the first 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes was just slow. It's like we saw her doing the little sitcom shit. I thought it was going to be a little bit more. I didn't want to see her doing all Bewitched type shit the whole episode, and then you have somebody typing on a keyboard. Like, what the fuck is going on? Second episode, they're gonna show more. Nah, it was the same shit. Third episode, we started seeing more. Then it started ramping up a little bit more, but it just didn't do nothing for me. I was already out by it.
I loved it. I would defend WandaVision till the end.
Y'all can tag team that joint because y'all both your man.
Nah, whatever. Yo, I don't like that shit. He made me watch that shit. I didn't even make. You did better than me because we was doing the pod. I said, Corey, I can't watch the rest of this shit. You watched the last episode. I didn't make it to the last episode. I was like, yo, the first episode, I was like, all right, whatever. It's some strange shit, whatever. The second episode, when they did, everybody's like, well, it's not. It's an homage to the shit, to the old school. It wasn't even funny, yo. Once I seen them, like, in separate reds and lightning. Oh, I'm so scared of the lightning. And jumped out. I was like, yo, I didn't make that shit 5 minutes, dude. It was off. And then me and Corey. Oh, my bad, Corey. I'm just saying, then around that time, a few more episodes in, that's when me and Corey was like, we started podding. We was like, yo, we started podding. He was like, yo, we podding. Let's watch this show. I was like, everybody's talking about the show. So, and they did the show, and we had discussions. Like, it was a couple of episodes where I just didn't think they took advantage of the shit that I would like.
I agree.
Like, when the people came back, that was like one of the illest shits. Like, to me, once the people came back, like, that should have been like, they could have did so much with that. How people was coming back, and everybody was like,
when they came back from the snap.
Yeah, and they're like, Shorty was in there with her mama in the hospital. She was just there. You know what I mean? Like, boom, they could did so much ill shit with that, showing people just falling out the sky, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they was in the plane. The plane ain't there no more, so it's gonna fall out the sky. Whatever, you know. But I mean, we talked about that. I was like, I thought it could have been iller than what they did. And then once they got into her starting to,
but I thought it was.
I ended up going to it. I just didn't think it was that good to show.
I don't like my time being wasted. That's why I didn't like WandaVision. I don't like watching shit and to waste my time. Because if I watch 2-3 episodes, I gotta watch 4, 5, and 6 to get through it, and I'm gonna be pissed. And they, like I said, they had so much opportunity to be a good show, but it wasn't.
I died halfway through the Halloween episode.
Oh, that shit.
Halloween episode. Like halfway through, I was like, you know what, man?
Love that episode.
I said, fuck the podcast. This is it. I was like, yeah, this is it. The podcast is over. we are done. My bad. Hey, Corey. No, my bad. Corey. No, but Corey put up a good fight for this. I done talked a lot.
Corey's put up a good fight. Man, I really enjoyed the show. I love WandaVision, and I'll say it over and over and over again. We're going to go to these last couple of comments, and then, of course, we're going to go to our rating of the show. What's the Infinity Gauntlet? How many stones does this episode get? So we're going to go to these last couple ones, and we're going to end it off here.
Bro, you know what? I can't agree with you on that, Corey. The Man of Steel movie was actually good. They didn't fuck up that movie. I would have maybe chose a different villain, but the whole, the evil general coming back and the Codex, whatever like that. I mean, they did a pretty good movie. They fucked up because they didn't give us they didn't give us a Man of Steel 2. Right. They tried to put they got bum ass Ben Affleck to play Batman. A horrible fucking decision. Then they gave us Batman versus Superman. Nigga voice sound different. Like, I don't even like Ben Affleck as much as an actor, let alone be the next Batman. Like, they just do everything. There's nothing uniform about whatever a DC movie is. It's whatever the director wants to do, and then he'll run with it.
So which one was General Zod was Man of Steel?
Yeah, and I'm gonna comment on Charlie real quick. Charlie, I do love Man of Steel. So when I say they fucked up Superman, yeah, I love Man of Steel. So when I'm saying they fucked up Superman, I'm actually agreeing with everything you said. I think what it was is that they messed up the continuation of this story because it was set up so good in Man of Steel. Like, there was no second movie, and everything you said is absolutely exactly what I feel, man. They fucked it up. I love Man of Steel, but the fact that we never got a Superman 2 and Batman v Superman and all the other stuff you said, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Go ahead, Fina. What was your comment?
No, I'm a Michael Shannon fan, yo. Like, that dude is beyond. If you ever watched Boardwalk Empire, yo, he was crazy as shit in Boardwalk Empire. Yo, one of the best.
I don't even know what that is. Yo.
You Boardwalk Empire? No, Michael Shannon.
I don't know people's name on Boardwalk Empire.
All right, Boardwalk Empire, he was the cop. He worked for he was a cop who ended up killing somebody. He had to run to Chicago, and he worked for Al Capone.
Yeah, I do remember him. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, don't use his real name.
I forgot. You don't know.
I don't know Michael Shanahan. I'm like, I know Michael Shanahan coached the Bengals. So, like, who the fuck is he talking about?
I was thinking you talking about Michael Shanahan. What I know.
Yeah.
More than America. That's what I know. All right, let's go to this last one.
Please do not tell me that you liked Ben Affleck as Batman. Matter of fact, please don't tell me you like the one with George Clooney in it and Schwarzenegger who played Freed, whatever. That shit was terrible.
God. That shit was terrible. No, yeah, that shit was campy.
That was garbage. It was hilariosity. It was awful. It was hilarious and terrible at the same time. It was hilariosity.
I like Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale was good in the latter ones.
Yeah. So real quick, my favorite Batman is Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. Those are my two.
Yeah.
But honestly, like the Batman movies, like whoever's playing Batman just don't have to fuck it up. Batman movies is about the villains. Like, you like the Christian Bale shits because Heath Ledger and Bane. Like, it's nobody. I have never heard anybody be like, yo, Christian Bane deserves an Oscar. Like, it's because of Heath Ledger, and then like even with Bane, like even though Bane like wasn't great, like everybody knows the shit. I was born in the darkness. I can't even do this shit. I was born in the darkness. Like, yeah. So Batman, it's really not. I mean, when you play Batman, you just don't have to fuck it up or look like an asshole.
It's about the villains. It's definitely about the villains.
I had to lie. Ben Affleck just looks like an asshole. So I'm with my man Charlie V because I was like, yo, anything Ben Affleck fucked. Was he in there? He was Daredevil, right? The worst Daredevil.
He was.
I know, right? That's in the running. Him and God forgive me,
his wife, because Jennifer Garner. At that time, yo, she was.
I got something else to say because if I was Kang and not married on that list, I'd be like 2001 Halle Berry, where we at? But then I'd be like, yo, bitch, like she would never made Catwoman because I would have scooped up. Like so,
we talk
between
Catwoman,
Daredevil, Catwoman, those are some of the worst.
Those are what
superhero movies ever made, yo. And
Ben
Affleck bounced back now. I mean, he bounced some of all the movies that everybody says is good and I don't like. The only one I've ever seen that I like was the joint in Boston with Robin Banks. The Town.
Mm.
Besides that, I'd be like, yo, he garbage and all this shit. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, I like Ben Affleck. Actually, I'm probably in the minority. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I really did. I thought he did a great job. I mean, I'm in the minority. And I like Bane. I like Bane, and I like the guy that played.
Bane is good. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Tom Hardy did a good job. That voice is funny as hell.
Yo, Tom Hardy was my motherfucking what's my boy?
He had Mad Max. He was like this. Oh, you saw Mad Max? He wasn't Mad Max. See, I ain't finished watching that movie.
So you get the last joint? That last joint was fire, yo. The last joint was fire, yo. I fuck with Mad Max. I fuck with Tom. He had a show. It only had one season. Shit was good. It's called Taboo, yo. FX.
Yep.
Check it out.
He was back in the day,
Tom Hardy back in the day. I was like, that shit was fire, and it never came back. I was like, I don't know if it's a rate thing. I think it might be a money thing.
He was out in Africa. He was like an heir to some money or some heir to some money. He was out in Africa, came home.
Home to England. It's like England back in the day, in the 16, 17, and he just came out and fucking shit up, yo. Yeah. But Taboo was fire, yo. I fuck with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's Venom.
I mean, that the Bane voice is fucking hilarious. So, but it is because they do the y'all Phenom. You told me about the Harley. Yeah, they do
Why
the same.
Why is my chair so small?
Yeah. That same voice on Harley Quinn, yo, is fucking hilarious, yo.
Fuck with y'all, man. Y'all crazy.
He's like, why is my chair so over there? My chair. Oh, God, it's so fucking hilarious, yo. I love that shit. But anyway, all right. Yo, Ollie, you're setting us up, man. I'm teeing you up, man. I'm gonna throw you the alley of all.
It's already started. Look at the screen. There we go.
Here we go.
Check us out on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, check us out. This is it podcast. I mean, if you're on YouTube, you don't need to check us out. If you're on any of the streaming spots, check us out on YouTube and Stereo too. Love you all. Charlie V. Come watch us. Don't beat me up.
Anyway, what we're going to do now, if everybody's watching us on YouTube, as you can see right now, we got the gauntlet is showing, so we're going to give our Infinity Stone rating. There's 6 Infinity Stones on the gauntlet, so we are going to give our rating to this show right now. Iron Man is holding all 6 stones, so I'm going to go to Phenom first. How many stones do you give this episode?
I really gave some thought about this on my lunch break, yo, because I was like, how bad do I not like this show, this episode? I give it a 3, and it could have been a 4. I give it a 3. They talk too goddamn much, too much exposition. It was fucking boring, man. I started going through my phone halfway through the talking. You know what I'm saying? I think Jonathan Majors, he's definitely an overactor. I like him though. He gets into it. I ain't gonna say he's an overactor. He gets into his character really, really good. I liked him on Lovecraft Country. I thought he's a good cast, good casting for this. So no, I'll give it a 3.
All right. What about you, Ollie?
All right, man. I'm gonna be real with you. He stole my answer, yo. Not stole, but my bad. I'm looking at the screen because I gotta adjust.
Great minds, yo. Great minds.
Let me move it to the side. Oh, just like that. Poof. But I'm on the 3 too, yo. Because I mean, it wasn't a bad episode. It just wasn't my type of episode. And it dropped a lot of stuff. I understand what they're doing. They're setting up for everything else to come. I mean, they basically this episode was to set up the next $1 billion. Yo. Basically, that's all it's do. I'm like, they set up the next Billy, yo. So I can't be mad at that. Overall, the series was good. It had high moments, low moments. The fact that I'm not even into Loki like that, like I'm not into any of this shit, like the comic books, deep dive, like if you'd be like some god shit, show me Thor. But the fact that they brought me into Loki and I enjoyed it enough to keep watching it because my bad, Corey. I feel bad. I feel like we beat up with Corey and WandaVision. But the fact is, I didn't finish WandaVision. And I haven't finished other superhero movies in the past before. Even the first Thor movie, I was like, yo, I was done off times. I don't think I made it past 40 minutes each time. I was like, blah, blah, blah. Like the fact that I kept watching it, podcasts or not, even with the WandaVision, I'll be like, yo, Corey, I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
So it's a good show. I was just disappointed. So, and like I said, it wasn't even the action. I just wish they would show more of the other characters. It was all
I'm gonna throw this back at you, Ollie. What did you think about when? I'm gonna throw this to you real quick, Ollie. So when they went to Ravana's high school, and they showed the guard, Ravana, he's like, Renslayer, what you doing here? Renslayer, who? And it segued out to another episode.
That's that quick. It was so quick.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm interested. Look, I know we in the ratings, Corey. I'm fucking up the show, but Corey loves me, so I can come back next week. We brothers. So he'd be like, man, Ollie, you fucked up the show, right? I'm like, yeah, baby. Like, I'm still coming back next week, so fuck all y'all. But I had to lie, yo, when the show ended, I didn't even realize, I was like, oh, this is the end of the show? I thought I missed something. I thought I dozed off to sleep because I watched the Bucks Suns game. I turned this on. That shit ended. I was like, yo, I woke, you jump up. I was like, yo, did I fall asleep? Then I went back or watched it again. I was like, no, this was the show. And I was just, that's it. My bad. I'm breaking up shit at my house, but go ahead, Ken.
But no, you guys are hitting really good points. I'm not disagreeing with anything you guys are saying. It was, and I loved it. I really did. I really loved it. But I do agree with the sentiments you guys are saying. It was anticlimactic. It was a lot of exposition. It was a lot of setup episode. There was a lot of talking. Was not a lot of action. But for me, with me kind of understanding the story and what's to come, that's why I got really excited about it, because they were laying a lot of foundation for a lot of things to come. So I was all in. But I do get it, because I can agree with you, Ali. It is that kind of episode where if you're not paying attention, you'll nod off. And that'll be it. And you'll be like, okay, well, I don't know what just happened, because totally something happened. I didn't know what was going on. So, but overall, what do I give this rating? Oh, man, this is a tough one, man.
Spit it out, man. Spit it out.
It's going to be a low 4. It's still a 4 for me. But it's just a 4. It's just, I'm not even going to lie. It's a 4. It was... Really, it's just a 4. It wasn't high, it wasn't low. It hit right in where it needed to hit. And then there was a comment that was made earlier on the show where it really felt like the previous episode felt like a season finale. And that's why I kind of felt a little off with this episode, and I just felt a little bit underwhelmed. But overall, it was a 4 for me, but it was a low 4. It wasn't quite a 3, but it was almost there, but it was a low 4. So that's what I'm giving it, man. Yeah. That's what I give it.
And even though, I do want to say this, even though I give this 3 out of 6, like a basic 5 out of 10, 3 out of 6 halves, do the maths. I can do that, eighths and all that. Another life. But the overall series, I give it like a 4 or some change, I ain't gonna give it quite the 5. Definitely not the 6, but I'll give it a 4 and some change. It definitely, they had real high peaks and some low peaks. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But when you add it out, you know what I'm saying? So it was a bumpy ride, but I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back for more. So I'll watch the second season, and I'm not
definitely
mad
gonna
that it's
watch
coming
second
back.
season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
definitely
I'm
gonna
not
watch
mad
the
it's
second
coming
season.
back.
What about you,
Yo,
Phenom?
man, I
You gonna
want to
watch
see more.
season 2?
I want to see more alligator Loki though. I like his aggression.
Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
alligator Loki, and finally give me Mobius on some damn skis, yo. Give me that, and I'm good. Give me that.
Mobius definitely got to come back.
Yeah, man. And look, that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks everybody
Yes,
for
sir.
listening to This Is It podcast. Go ahead, hit that like button if you're on YouTube. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Leave some comments if you're on YouTube. Hit that like button again. And don't forget to subscribe to us on all the streaming platforms that we're on. We're on Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor. We're on all of them. You can find me, Corey Roy, at Corey Roy _ on Instagram. Ali, where can they find you?
Find me nowhere but at the crib, right here, knocking over shit like I've been doing all episode. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Yellow Cup Boys. There we go. Hollywood, DA. Nah, honestly, check us out. This _is_it_ podcast at Instagram. Hit us up, you know what I'm saying? Definitely subscribe to the YouTube page. Everybody that's listening, you get little visuals of what's going on. We got little pictures, little movies, videos playing, and I might be spicing it up even a little bit more now. So just a little bit more. So check us out on the YouTube for sure.
Yeah, man.
Black Dad Energy. Black Dad Energy.
We are doing it, man.
Fuck the supermarket. Go ahead.
Phenom, man. Where can they catch you, brother?
Yo, Phenom 202. Yo, find me everywhere, man. Hey, got some good stuff coming down the pipeline, so fuck with us in the next couple of weeks. We got a lot of movies coming out. We got a lot of reviews. You'll get the real, unfiltered reviews of this shit, yo. Like, we don't hold, as you can see.
Hold on, I got work.
WandaVision is trash. Loki was above WandaVision. But hey, if y'all want 10 years more Marvel, man, get y'all shots, yo. Need y'all around, man. Get that vaccine, man. Stop fucking around.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. And once again, Ali has dipped at the end of the episode. But anyway, look, I don't know when he's going to come back, but hey, that's it, man. And as I always say, everyone, please, please, please be safe. And we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.